Hello, once again, and welcome to Democracy in Action. The meeting point is Third Eye Africa TV. My name is Ben Shaman, and we want to look at quite a lot of things. We're talking about elections coming so close to Nigeria, in Nigeria here, and the players, the politicians themselves. We are not here talking about INEC. What are they up to? Today we are still seeing that gale of, do I say APC is poaching PDP in particular, but APC was unable to get Adeleke, who felt should go to a different party, while others will go to the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress. He has chosen to have an accord with the Accord Party, so to speak. He's leaving the PDP and going to Accord Party. And that same day, we saw that the governor of Rivers State has actually left the PDP. Fobara is gone to APC. What is it all about? These movements here and there. What is in APC? What is not in PDP? Or what is in PDP and it is not in APC? We want to discuss many of these things and more with a guest. He's really not new on this program and on this station. He has always come in and he's here again. I want to welcome Zacharia Suleman. Thank you for coming to Third Eye Africa TV.
Thank you very much for inviting me and having me.
Yeah. So far, it looks like many governors, APC can probably lie down and heave a sigh of relief. We have the number we want as our governors. We also have the number we want in the House of Reps. We also have in the Senate and probably many of the state houses of assembly. You're of the PDP. Does it worry you?
No, at all. I'm not surprised. We are used to it. What is happening is just lack of principles. People who don't have principles continue to move left, right, and center. And unfortunately, the ruling party that fought against one-party system, Nadeko was formed because of one-party system. Unfortunately, today, they are the advocates of a one-party system. If you have a one-party system, there is no democracy. But let me assure you, the whole governors of PDP can go, but PDP is still intact.
Is that umbrella?
That umbrella is still intact, and it's still open, it's still inclusive. It's waiting for those who realize their mistake. A lot of people that are living for that party will one day come back to PDP. And PDP will definitely assess them and see those who are still having value that can add to the system. So today, what is happening because we have political investors. And as I told you the last time, I said investment is the act of putting money into use with the expectation of added value or profit. So most of these politicians you see today, they are political investors. I call them political investors. Why? Because they are looking for platforms. They are looking for portfolios that can bring back money into their folds. They are investing in APC, thinking that they will get whatever they want from APC. But I tell you, the truth is what will set every one of us free. What is happening today is a fallacy. What is happening today is a lack of principles. What is happening today is lack of ideology. Let me let you know, the APC you are seeing today is a product of PDP. There is nothing APC is doing today that was not copied from PDP. And so you can't outsmart the original owner. The secret of these strategies, they got it from us. And I tell you, give us the next 2 to 3 months, early next year, you understand where I'm coming from. You understand what is happening. I can give you specific examples.
Okay.
Yesterday, you said Adeleke left for Accord and Fubura left for PDP. We're not surprised. We have been expecting it. Because if you can't imbibe the principles of democracy, definitely you look for where you can put your attention.
Now, tell me this, Suleman. You are from Southern Kaduna. That was always known to be so solid, impregnable. You can't penetrate because of PDP principles. But many political stakeholders have virtually crossed over to APC. So what is happening to your geopolitical zone?
The PDP I know in Southern Kaduna is 100% intact. Let me give you an instance. We had a senator that left for the APC. How many people followed him? The whole 8 local governments, only 1 local government chairman followed him. And in our local government, Zangon Katav local government, only 1 secretary followed him. The structures of PDP are intact. Even the smallest unit leader is intact, and we are conscious of it. PDP clothed these people. They did everything for them. Today, they have a mass movement. I don't blame some of them, because different people have different reasons of movement. Some, the party, they felt uncomfortable with the strategy of the party. For instance, zoning system in the party. Some of those that moved to APC has exhausted that zoning system. They serve 2 terms, and they know that the next election is going to another section of theirs. So they have to move to get some other this thing. Some people left the party because their leaders, their ogas left. So they had to follow them by compulsion. Some because they don't have good records. You know, when you eat the fruits of the boss and he comes out to say, hey, what did you do this? You have to come over. Definitely you have no option but to go, otherwise you face the consequences. And so these people are going for their selfish interest. They are using the people to be the reason why they are moving on. You must not join the ruling party to be able to perform as a leader. You have your principles, you have what you want for the people. I tell you, staying in your party, that my house is leaking does not mean that I should move to another house. Is that tenable? No. I have to stay back. Look at how I'm going to reconstruct that house and make it habitable.
So what are you doing in Southern Kaduna, for example, or PDP in general?
Yes.
Where the analogy you're giving, if your house is leaking, you take action.
Yes.
So now PDP, maybe the umbrella is being torn, there are holes.
Yes.
So what are you doing to make it solid, to cover your electorate from the rain?
Thank you very much.
Or the sun?
Thank you very much. Communication is what we are doing. We are trying to enlighten the people to understand where we are coming from and where we are going to. Most of these people have listened to us. Even before the convention, we went around all the local governments, from the local governments to the wards and the units. Everybody is aware of exactly what is happening, and people are more enthusiastic than they were before. Today, ask an average Southern Kaduna person. He knows what is happening. We have opened up. We have included those who are willing to go with us. And that is what we are doing every day. We are educating our people on the need to put the structures we have protected. So that an elected person decide to leave the party does not mean that those who elected him move with him. They are still there, and they are actually waiting for them to come back. You want to go, you want to collect the mandate of the people, and then go to another party, get a ticket. What will you come and tell us for us to vote for you?
So what are the feelers you are getting from the electorate?
The electorate are really, really disturbed because they feel betrayed. It is not proper for me to vote for you, only to come out one day and tell me you are moving to other without consultation. Most of them didn't. In fact, all of them didn't consult anybody. They just had on the papers, and then eventually some of them came back that because of you people, we are going to this. And since they left, no additional or no development project have been executed. You say you are going there because of the people, but since you left, what are the things that you have gained from the time you left? Nothing. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are regretting it today. They are regretting it.
So you're feeling that they've rather put their cake and their eggs in one basket, or the bubble is likely to burst?
Oh, let me tell you one thing. The same position was promised 6 people. 6 different people at different
Which position?
times. The senatorial seat, for instance. Those I competed with in the last dispensation, all of them are gone. And today, only one of them will get that position. That the ticket to. That is the ticket to not to come back. Then he will get the ticket and come back to the electorate that voted for him and he left. What will he come and tell the electorates? But today, I'm telling you, there's a serious division. If you don't know, the ruling party has 3 groups of people. APC A, APC B, and APC C.
APC A,
Yes.
APC B,
Yes.
APC C.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Take us to the cleaners. Give us
APC
knowledge.
J, APC A are the original, they call themselves original APC members. APC B are those who decided on their conviction to join APC. And APC 3 are the office holders, those who collected the mandate of the people and moved over to APC. They are the APCC. And you know what? They want direct ticket. Unfortunately for them, we know the history of APC. Have you ever had APC doing a proper primaries? I've not had it. That is where the bubble will burst. Talk to any of them. If you listen to what these people are saying, you know that the bubble is about to burst. We are waiting to see if they will be able to organize an effective convention like we did in Ibadan.
But your one is being challenged.
Challenged by
The
who?
one in Ibadan.
It's still challenged by who?
Wike and his group.
Oh my God. Unfortunately, I knew Wike as far back as 1993 when he was, 1993-34 when he was Ebiako local government chairman. I know him.
That's in Rivers State.
In Rivers State. I knew how he moved. The people that brought him up, I knew them. Before he got to the state and even became a member, and before he became a minister and came back to Rivers State to be governor. Can you mention any factory that is associated to Mweke?
But he's doing a nice job in Abuja. Physical development?
That is different. That is different. That you can perform in infrastructure development doesn't mean that you are the best. It's much more than the eye can see. A leader who back his infrastructural acumen with leadership principles that can attract people, that can influence people. But do you see a leader in Mweke, for instance? Did you see him?
Oh. No. But when you look at the way he carries himself within PDP, he has not left your party, by the way. And he says he's still there. And of course, he has his faction. He has also influenced so much what is happening in Rivers State. Today is like Fubara is gone to APC as a kind of clearing the way for the minister to go to APC.
Anyway, whatever their plans, we've already seen their plans ab initio. This young man has been struggling to make sure that there is confusion in the party. Unfortunately for him, he misfired. That convention that they tried to stop was the antidote of everything. They try all their means to stop the convention because they know the powers of the convention. Unfortunately for them, legally speaking, the convention took place. And you could see, even a blind man could feel that that convention was legally constituted. And it's just a matter of few weeks to run out. If he's relying on they went to court the last other week. What did the court tell them? The court told them, wait, let's maintain the status quo. Which status quo? The main party is there. And I tell you, the man in the helm of affairs of PDP today is not somebody you can take for granted.
Barrister Tanimu.
The guy is a composed and focused person, legally articulated. And so, if it is the law you want to, Turaki will give it to him. At the end of the day, the courts are going to speak out. At the end of the day, INEC will speak out. And they will know who is the PDP that is.
Supposing it takes the other way around.
It will not. It will not, because the proper things that are expected to be done were done.
Now, let's look at the position of Ademola Adeleke, Osun State.
Yes.
And while others tend to go to the ruling party, he rather chose to go to an obscure. I'm sorry if that is not too known. When you're talking of Accord Party, which also means he knows his onions?
No. Unfortunately, Adeleke had always respected him. He's somebody I respected because of his flexibility and the way he carries people. Unfortunately, this time around, he has missed it. He bought a ticket, the PDP gubernatorial ticket. He bought it. He was even in the ballot. He was even in the ballot. He was in the ballot. So, what happened? He knew that he had a credible candidate that would challenge him and defeat him. So what would he do? He had to withdraw tactically. Unfortunately, the act is very clear. When you take a ticket and participated in the primaries of a party, you can no longer to go to any other party for that ticket of the same position. He missed it out in the PDP. At that time, APC had already closed the chance for him to go. He had no option but to look towards Accord. But that would not even save him, because his name was in the ballot, he participated in this, and he was defeated. So I think he's a loser. He's a losing component of a person. There is no how Adeleke will contest the next election under the Accord if the act is going to be looked at properly.
The issue is always with that of the electorate. When they say, my people say I should move. So where are these people?
Unfortunately, let me tell you the truth. These people just use the people. No consultation, haven't been voted into power. How many people did he consult that made him to go to Accord? How many people? Who are the people? The truth of the matter is that he misfired. He was supposed to go along with the party and talk to the party very well if he had intention to contest for a second term. Because he bought the ticket. Then what made him not to go? Because he knew that if he participates, if he goes there, somebody will defeat him. And so he decided to move on. Most of our politicians are selfish politicians. I make bold to say that any nation, any society, any country that prioritizes personal interests, religious interests, sectional interests against the nation will not succeed. It's the same thing that is happening today. Most of our politicians are pushed in. Can you imagine APC starting political activities just the first year of coming into power? They have ignored the people. They are no longer, they are just using, they are politicking. Check the PDP. Have you ever seen any poster of any of us on the street that we are talking about 2027, you can't see it because we are law abiding. We know the rules. After our convention, INEC brought out a timetable. Up to today, if you check, the ruling party has ignored that. They are busy politicking. There is a time for primaries. There is a time for electioneering. There is a time for the proper election. Why are they politicking now instead of focusing on the development of the people? Instead of protecting the security of the people? Instead of, that is their primary role. The primary role of any government is to take care of its people, security-wise, and others. Today, the insecurity that was just in the north has spread all over the country.
So you want to tell us that it is all about campaigning. After campaigning, you win elections. Instead of going to governance, you fall back to campaigns.
That is what exactly this ruling party has shown to us. After campaigning to us and telling us that they will continue, actually they told us they are going to continue with the next government because they had one and the same government. Instead of even doing what the other person left and the rest of them, they are not. All we started seeing was a campaign photos everywhere in the country. Governance is put away. So the tradition is now get election and start thinking about the next election. Instead of get election, develop the people, perform. They are not performing. That is what is happening.
But you see, sometimes people are, observers also tend to, keen observers for that matter, tend to also fault the electorate. It's like there is no stopgap, or there's no checklist, or there is no way. Let's checkmate this politician we've taken into office. Now, he said he would do water, he will bring roads, boreholes, schools, and all that. Do we begin to tick them? And there's also that ignorance on the side of some politicians. You know, you want to be a lawmaker, you are campaigning on grounds of bringing infrastructure. Even when that belongs to the executive, what kind of a law you should make that will be good for society? So a whole lot of gamut of confusion.
Yes, because most Nigerians don't remember. Again, one campaign item I still keep holding. The president, with due respect, said, if he's not able to provide for us 24/7 light, we should not vote for him. I've not seen that.
Maybe it means the second term.
We should not vote for him for the second time. Because the campaign he started a long time ago, last year. You know, they keep saying it.
But Bola Ige also said something when he was made minister of this same power, and he said he was going to change it within 6 months or so. And President Obasanjo that time said, well, this is not a tea party. And he ended up without that electricity.
Even one of the ministers of power said a responsible government will fix this light within 6 months. Did they do that? They didn't. This light is something that a responsible government can do, as they said. Have they done it? They have not. Unfortunately, when you come about you are talking about the electorate. Electorate are put in Nigeria. The electorate are put in a situation that is making them behave the way they are. Poverty is playing a role. Vote buying is playing a role because you don't expect somebody who cannot even eat to see 10,000 naira in a day of election and ignore. Poverty is an issue. And again, lack of consequence management has brought us to where we are today.
What's consequence management?
Yes, consequence management. When you go against the law, whoever you are, the law is supposed to take its course. Does it take its course in Nigeria? No. No. And so even the electorates, Nigerians have been influenced by that lack of consequence management to the extent that I was in Kaduna one time and I saw the light, I stopped. Do you know that people were saying that, are you mad? Are you, myself that stopped on the way, they say, are you mad? I turn around, what do I do? I still stayed. But from that day, you have to be very careful. It has gotten to the extent of, impunity. Once the hate is not showing the elements of consequence management, every other person will queue in. Traffic light, nobody respects it. So many things are happening. Our politicians, many of them that have been caught in one way or the other, are still going to the street. Look at what is happening. Kogi State is an example. So many people. To the extent that the person that has been declared wanted is now going around participating in all activities in this country. There is no consequence management. There is no rule of law. So long as we continue like that, we will continue to face this situation, and the electorates, unfortunately, will have no choice. And that is why, when you see people moving to the ruling party, the fallacy they have is that once you are able to get the ticket, even if you fail, they will tell you go to court against them. They know that the judiciary will do what they used to do. Are you getting me? So, what is happening today in Nigeria, lack of consequence management has contributed immensely to where we are today. To the extent that people take the law and do whatever they want to do. And when you go to court, the highest bidder gets there. And so I'm not surprised, because most of them that are moving here, one of the reasons some of them are going is because if they have that ticket, they are guaranteed that the government of the day will make it possible for them to get to where they are going to. And so when you see 6 people or 7 people knowingly that it's only one position, they are going. They used to, you mentioned it, they used to accuse PDP, said people are flogged there. Now, the opposite is the case. Not because of anything, but because of selfish interest. And because they know whatever they do, they will not be prosecuted. And a former chairman of the APC used to say that, look, if you come to us, no matter your sins, the moment you come to us, your sins will be forgiven. And we've seen it. We've seen it.
Yeah, when you say a former chairman, when you come to us.
Yes.
So who is this us?
The ruling party, of course. The ruling party. They mentioned it several times. And we've seen it. Even if we've seen people who have offended, gone against the law, have been allegedly accused of one thing or the other.
We'll just go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll look at insecurity in this country. Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? Even at the point Nigeria had to intervene in the situation in Benin Republic via the ECOWAS standby force. We'll come to all of that. Our guest still remains Zacharia Suleman. My name is Ben Adam Shema. We'll come to that.
We're talking about South and the North. You talk about middle belt. Currently in Nigeria, we don't have middle belt. North Central is what we have.
Okay.
And they are included in the North. If the perception is because Nigeria is standing on a tripod, you have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, they are the owners of Nigeria. That is a very wrong perception. These are major tribes in Nigeria. Simple.
Yeah.
Nigeria is owned by every single citizen of this country.
If you go to civilized nations, they possibly have, stratified their political parties such that those who play at the national level are there. And at the local level, you have other minor political parties playing there. And it gives sense of belonging to every citizen to be able to contest.
And in fact, once you have joined APC, all your sins are forgiven.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
This is Third Eye Africa TV, exposing crime, savaging the nation.
Welcome back. Now, we're talking about insecurity in Nigeria. Is it getting worse or it's getting better now? At the point, some people said the period the Chief of Defense Staff was changed, and now that he's back, that period that he was changed, we saw that the terrorists came in so strong.
Thank you very much. In terms of security, security became stabilized when the Chief of Defense Staff was appointed. And during his period of service, we were fortunate to notice, we saw improvement. Particularly if you talk about my own area, because we are victims of this, there was real improvement. Unfortunately, I think the retirement of the Chief of Defense Staff came because of the internal arrangement of the military. We are happy he was given the opportunity to serve. We are also happy he worked well. And when he was removed, I was among the few people that said, look, we thank God that he was given the opportunity and he came out alive, because his life is more important than anything. But unfortunately, within the 39 days that he stayed out, we saw that insurgency became worse. And to worsen it was when we heard that America is coming to intervene. So I thought maybe people will see that most of these bandits wanted shield. They wanted people that they can use as human shield. But I thank God the president, for the first time, the person that is able to put that place in order, as the retired general was brought back to be the minister, that was a decision that pleased my mind. The president proactively acted, and I believe with the coming of the Minister of Defense, who is an expert in defense, there will be a great improvement. Unfortunately, too, bring him alone will not solve the problem. The entire Ministry of Defense needs an overhaul. Let us be frank. His assistant, the deputy, the
Minister of State.
Minister of State. If I were the president, I think it's better for us to also thank him for what he has done so far, and then look for a person that will support the minister. Once we can do that, I believe that insecurity will come to an end.
But why is it that people are calling for the removal of the Minister of State? You just see that he's no longer too relevant. How? Why?
No, I think it's a concern that is genuine. A concern that is genuine. Somebody you used to report to is now heading you. If you were the one, how will you feel? So I think not to talk about whatever qualification or the other, there is need for a replacement so that the minister who used to report to the Minister of State when he was Chief of Defense Staff should be replaced, that he should be replaced. Let a neutral person be brought so that they can synergize and see how the security can be tackled.
So now, talking of that divide between North-South, that divide between religions in Nigeria, how can there be that cohesion? You worked for a very long time in River State, in Port Harcourt. You were fraternizing with even Wiki. So, how do we still have that synergy that people will say, look, you go to Abeokuta or a village in Abeokuta, you feel so okay. You go to a village in Maiduguri or Borno State, you feel so okay. You go to, Sokoto, you feel so okay. And it does not matter where you're from.
Thank you very much. I have to mention here and now that the president needs the willpower. The Minister of Defense cannot do what he can do unless he has the full support of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, who is the President. Before now, we used to go, I could drive in the night to Port Harcourt. But today it's not like that. If the security architecture are rejigged, I'm definitely sure those old days will experience them in this country. And that is why, even in my book, I mentioned that the attention of everybody should be the national interests. If you have the national interests, then your local interests will come before it. Such that a person coming from River State in my state, I look at him as a Nigerian. Unfortunately, the legacy that the Britons left for us did not encourage that. So this divide of north, south, or east and the rest of them will be a thing of the past. If the president has the willpower, if consequence management is going to be in place, if we look at ourselves as Nigerians first before our local location, and if we allowed the Minister of Defense and his team to work hard, I tell you, the insecurity we are seeing is going to be a thing of the past.
The issue next is that of state governments and state police. At the point people say, look, let every state get its own police force, then the federal will be there. Then some people tend to fear that, look, governors might use it to deal with political opponents. But has anything changed? People have been dealt with. What's your take on all of this?
Thank you very much. If you look at where we are coming from and where we borrowed this system from, America, for instance, there's federal police, there's state police, there's community police. There is no how you get into a community in America and you will not be noticed. Unfortunately for us, if you look at the state governments and the state governors and the local governments, everything has been bastardized. Why? Because there is no consequence management. The Supreme Court pronounced the independence of the local government sector. What is happening today? We know governors who are not allowing this money to be given to their local governments. Nobody is doing anything because the governors have a field day because no consequence management. They don't respect the rule of law. And so, in my state, for instance, the local government election was not conducted. We are all waiting to vote. Unfortunately, the vital document in that local government election, which is the result sheet, was not released. And so all of us were waiting for the result sheet to be brought so that we can vote. Unfortunately, by 6 o'clock, an announcement was made that the local government election in this state, APC won here, APC won here, APC without giving any details. Today, is that state not working? It's still working because nobody can question it. There's no consequence management. Even when you go to court, you don't get judgment. The local government chairman we have today were appointed. There was no election. And that is what is happening today. So when you now empower such a governor with the state police, you can just imagine what he will do. If he can take over the election of the people and appoint his own people he wants, and you give him police, you give him state police, you can just imagine. Even though it's not all over, not every state behaves like that. But I tell you, from antecedents, from what has happened before, there is a tendency that if these state governors, the way they are ruling now, will be given the authority to control the state police, I think it will be the worst situation we have never had. However, I must say that, look, state police is good. Community police is good. It has worked effectively in other climes. There is nothing, if the willpower is there from the president, and the rule of law is in place, and the discipline and the consequence management are in place, I tell you, with the state police, community police, everything will go on well.
Now, we are concluding this, but with two sharp questions.
Okay.
In all of these political struggles, APC, PDP, politicking at the party level, where are the Nigerian women? Where are they in PDP?
Thank you very much for that question. PDP has always been a party that recognizes all sexes. PDP made a provision. If you look at the women that PDP used during the 16 years of PDP, you know that Nigeria would have been better if PDP had continued. Today, PDP is still supporting the fact that, yes, there is need for a place, a reserved place for these women. We have not reneged on that. And so the policy of government is to include the women. If you train a woman, you have trained a whole society. And that is what PDP is all about. And so we are in support of the women to be utilized because they are more, straightforward than some of us men.
And the last one has to do with the youth. Many of them are now 18 years. Even as we are talking, some today are 18 years without voters' card. So what happens to that teeming population?
Fortunately, I am somebody that have found favor from the youths. I have about 6 groups of youths that have endorsed me. In fact, when they came to me, they said, if I don't come out to contest the senatorial district, they're taking me to court. So I had to go talk to them, and I'm still talking to them. The youths of today need to be encouraged. The youths of today need to be told what to do. And that is why in all my activities, the youths have a bigger chunk of my own attention. We are working together. Without the youth, we don't have a future. Without the youth, we cannot think and boast of a Nigeria that will be better than other African countries. So we are trying hard to make sure that the youths, and even the government of the day is encouraged to make sure that the youths are not kept idle. They are utilized, their eyes are open. We need to open up their eyes so that they can be able to add value to the society that we are in. So without the youth, there is no Nigeria.
So keeping the youths engaged.
Yes.
I mean, giving them something to do so that they are not idle.
Yes.
But that does not also mean giving them wheelbarrows or someone going to pen some graveyards to say that's dividends of democracy. It is here that we have to end this program of Democracy in Action, and our guest has been I call him Zax, but he knows himself, and we know him as Zacharia Suleman.
Yes,
I want to thank you. The White Horse. You are also in white, though with the black cap.
Yes.
I want to thank you for coming to Third Eye Africa TV. My name is Ben Adam Shaman. Keep watching us as we move on, and we always say, proudly, we all are Nigerians.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on board.